Welcome back to Tea Time with Jess, a production by High Vibe Herbals. I'm Jess. I am the founder and the creator, owner, the everything right now of High Vibe Herbals. And welcome. So I wanted to let you guys know that every Sunday I do a post on Instagram and on Facebook that covers the cosmic energies for the week. Okay. I am a believer in astrology because you don't need to believe in astrology for it to, affect you. Before I get into it, let's take a sip. Oh, I have to show you my beautiful, beautiful espresso set, but instead I'm drinking a mini tea time. Look at that. Excuse me as I take a drink. And look at that. Are you really a lady if you don't have your lip gloss or lipstick come off of your cup? Okay, so as I was saying, on Sundays I have a Sacred Sips Sunday post that I put out there on Instagram and on Facebook. It is often a reel or just a slideshow to make you aware of the cosmic energies. Cosmic energies meaning astrology, meaning what type of energies are going to be out there in the world this time around. So I would hope that if you're here watching this video that you're not new to astrology, and also that you're not against it. Astrology doesn't need you to be against it. It's like astronomy, but applying meaning to where the planets are, where the stars are, where the constellations are. It's just the meaning of them and how they affect us. There was this really cool physicist on Instagram who made a post. He has a really cool page. I wish I could remember his name right now. He actually doesn't really come up in my feed, so I don't remember his name, but his video, man, he was like, if we know, and if it's a scientific fact that when the moon is full, the tide is high, or, like the ocean moves with the moon because of the magnetic pull that the moon has, right? Because there is a force out there. The force keeps us separated and from crashing into all the other planets. He was just like, of course, the other planets are going to also have some sort of magnetic pull. And of course, it's going to affect us. Because if you think of it as rays of the sun, like the sun is like, we can see the rays of the sun sometimes, depending on like how you're looking at the sky, you can measure that. And so he's like, how could you believe in one thing, one area of it, right? And not apply it to the rest of the planets, not apply it to the rest of everything. So I was like, you know what? I already know that astrology makes sense. And I have felt it in my own life where like, I'll be like, okay, when I was a kid, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to wait until the month is over and then I'm going to read it. And some months it would make sense. Some months it wouldn't, which then I'm like, well, there must be something more because obviously every person born in July or born on July 2nd is not going to have the same type of life, So I'm like, obviously some things work, some things don't. Sometimes it matches up, sometimes not really, and that's okay. All right, so this is your Wednesday check-in. How are you feeling? How are you really feeling? So my last video that I posted, I let you all know that I do have corporate offers and retreat offers available. My hair is in my eyes a little bit. It's kind of getting kind of long. So I have those offers available. And during those sessions, I devote my time to teach you my techniques on how to quickly more so efficiently process emotions and allow yourself to get through the day using tea. So, Sacred Sip Sunday, presented by High Vibe Herbals, March 23rd, 2025. Cosmic Harmony in Action. This week, we use our voices with intention, kindness, and strength. Whether you're sharing your truth, setting a boundary, or offering support to someone else, know that your words carry power. Let them flow from a place of truth and grace. Now, the Cosmic Harmony in Action is the portion of Sacred Sip Sunday where I highlight what the energies are that are out there. I'm not going to tell you Mercury's in retrograde. There's a square between these planets and there's a conjunction of those planets. Because I'm not an astrologer and I don't really focus on that. The vocabulary gets me lost in, it can get, the message can be lost. The point that we need to know, are we randomly going to have old stuff come back up that's going to remind us of something? Like, is there going to be a possibility of technology not working right? Is there going to be a possibility of people being just wrapped up in anger? I just want the themes. And so this week's theme is Cosmic Harmony in Action. This week, we use our voices with intention, kindness, and strength. Whether you're sharing your truth, setting a boundary, or offering support to someone else, know that your words carry power. Let them flow from a place of truth and grace. Then the next thing that we have is Sacred Connection. And the Sacred Connection is where I put a prayer. It's important to directly ask for guidance. It's important to be specific and intentional in our words that we use when we're speaking to God. And so this week's prayer is, Dear God, thank you for the courage to speak with love. Help me to express myself with clarity, to honor my truth without fear, and to use my voice to uplift, not just myself, but others. Amen. And then the next slide is a self-care practice. Now, pay close attention to this because this is something that you can do each night. If you're wondering, what can I do to help take care of myself, take care of my energies, feed myself? Why not add the self-care practice of Sacred Sip Sundays to every day of your week, or at least try to get in 3 of them. Okay. So for this week, you want to brew a cup of the Throat Soothing Tea and sip it with intention, welcoming calm and courage into your body. The next step is to reflect in your journal or simply sit in stillness, noticing where your voice wants to be heard. And then reach out to someone you love or spend time in nature, speaking words that heal and connect. When I did this week so far, I went ahead and just sent thank you notes. And just notes of appreciation to friends. So it was super easy though, because I had someone who did something really nice to me and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to make sure I say thank you so much. And just let them know how much I appreciate it. I had someone who, just a little kid, messed with one of my things outside, something that I have outside. And he's like, oh no, I'm so scared. And I was like, look, it's not a big deal. You made a mistake and just don't do it again. I want you to know that I am okay. It is okay. And they felt better. And especially when it's someone's birthday, man, you better send a message, do something to make them feel appreciated. And so then we come to the tea of the week. So this week's tea of the week, like I said, is Throat Soothing Tisane. And every time that I send out a tea of the week with Sacred Sip Sundays, the meaning of the tea matches with the energies of the week to support you to make it even more meaningful. Okay. So this week we have Throat Soothing Tea, and you'll notice that on the slide it says support gentle expression, clear communication, and vocal ease. The point of Throat Soothing Tea is to do exactly that. Soothe your throat. Open up that throat chakra. Release, release, release through the throat. Okay. When you're releasing through the throat, it allows things to come up. It allows you to uncover things. One ritual that I've been doing a lot this week, and if you want to call it a ritual, is singing. I've been doing a lot of singing this week. And even instead of speaking, like instead of speaking my prayers, I'll sing them out. And when you sing, let me tell you, it unlocks and moves about emotions through your body in a way that speaking cannot. It cannot. You know, like just throw on some music, whether it be gospel, rap, hip hop, reggae, R&B, throw on your music and sing. Okay. On that slide, I also added a little bit of the ingredients and how it helps you, but that's the nitty gritty. The whole point of the tea of the week is to provide you with a selection of high vibe herbals teas or tisanes or extracts that allow for you to be supported and feel good throughout the week when you most truly need it. You can go on my website, www.highvibeherbals.com, to purchase any teas that you'd like to purchase, any teas or tisanes, any extracts that you'd like. If you know anyone who is having a retreat coming up in Orlando, Florida, or if you're located in Orlando, Florida, and your workplace is in need of a team building or a wellness workshop of any kind, just go onto my calendar. It's right on my website. You can go ahead and book me from there. And I look forward to it. So, bye.